I'm John Roberts of the CNN Election Center with the best political podcast from the best political team. Today, Sarah Palin says that she would use a controversial attack line against Barack Obama again. Also, John McCain gets his closing argument from Joe the plumber. But first, Obama has a big weekend, a record fundraising haul, and a big endorsement from a prominent Republican. Barack Obama kicking off a two-day swing through Florida this morning, and with just 15 days left until the election, a shining endorsement and record cash count for the Obama campaign. Last month, it raised an astounding $150 million. And yesterday, Senator Obama won the endorsement of former Secretary of State Colin Powell. It was an endorsement that also included a blistering critique of the McCain campaign. CNN's Suzanne Malveaux was following the Obama campaign in Tampa.
Words John McCain did not need to hear.
Senator Obama has demonstrated the kind of calm, patient, intellectual, steady approach to problem solving that I think we need in this country.
Former Bush Secretary of State Colin Powell endorsing Barack Obama, saying he respects John McCain but thinks Obama is what the country needs.
I think that Senator Obama brings a fresh set of eyes, fresh set of ideas to the table. I think that Senator McCain, as gifted as he is essentially going to execute the Republican agenda, but I think we need more than that.
Powell, who also served as chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, took a swipe at Sarah Palin, saying he doesn't think she would be ready to take over the presidency if something happened to McCain. He says he's also concerned about negative attacks the McCain campaign has launched against Obama.
We have got to stop this kind of nonsense, pull ourselves together, and remember that our great strength is in our unity and in our diversity.
For his part, John McCain played down the endorsement's impact.
This doesn't come as a surprise, but I'm also very pleased to have the endorsement of 4 former Secretaries of State, Secretaries Kissinger, Baker, Eagleburger, and Haig, and I'm proud to have the endorsement of well over 200 retired Army generals and admirals.
But some analysts say Powell's words could help with undecided voters.
Colin Powell has given voice, I think, to the disillusionment that a number of moderate Republicans and some others have had with the negativity of the McCain campaign that they've been muttering about, but they're afraid to give voice to.
Obama welcomed the news.
A great soldier, a great statesman, a great American has endorsed our campaign for change. I have been honored to have the benefit of his wisdom and his counsel from time to time over the last few years.
John, this endorsement really comes as the result of 2 years of culminating a relationship between these two men. Initially, Powell and Obama really didn't know each other very well, but Powell said that as he got to know him, he saw this candidate grow as really a transformational figure, and that is what enabled him to give that critical endorsement. This also comes, John, at the time when they announced within hours they had broken a record of all their campaign financing, their fundraising. The last month, they raised $150 million, and obviously, John, they're going to be spending a lot of that money in places here like Florida and other key states to try to put this over the top. John?
An extraordinary cash haul there on the part of Senator Obama. What about Colin Powell, though? What about the general? He said yesterday that he wasn't seeking out a position in the administration should Senator Obama win the election on November the 4th, but that he wouldn't certainly rule it out. What's the word from the Obama campaign? Would they look to bring him on the team if they won?
Well, they're certainly not talking about any kind of formal role with Colin Powell, but certainly in an informal sense. These two men have been talking, and Obama has sought his counsel on various issues from time to time. So it's not surprising that obviously they would continue that relationship, that he'd continue to give him that kind of advice, that kind of counsel. And we already heard from Obama yesterday defending himself, saying his association with Colin Powell and Warren Buffett certainly means that he's not a socialist. That is something that John McCain has accused him of. So obviously he's already looking to his relationship and his association with Powell to give him some more credibility and also to be a part of the administration, but not necessarily in a formal way.
All right, Suzanne Malveaux for us this morning in the battleground city of Tampa. Suzanne, thanks very much. We'll check back with you a little bit later on.
We also have a brand new CNN poll of polls to start the week. 49% of voters nationwide say that Barack Obama is their choice for president, compared to 43% for John McCain. 8% still say they are unsure. And John McCain is opening up a new line of attack against his rival, comparing Barack Obama's economic policies to socialist programs. And that comparison is making its way on the campaign trail. One McCain supporter yelled at Obama this weekend in North Carolina. Jim Acosta is live in Washington this morning, has been tracking the campaign. How did that exchange go over? You could hear someone yelling in the background, socialist, when he was shaking hands at that restaurant.
Right, that was at the Cape Fear Barbecue and Chicken Restaurant in North Carolina, Kieran. You know, Sarah Palin put it this way over the weekend: now is no time to experiment with socialism. So first, it was palling around with terrorists. Now, according to the McCain campaign, Barack Obama is flirting with socialism. From the sound of it, John McCain is running against a Euro-style socialist.
He believes in redistributing the wealth. Senator Obama is more interested in controlling who gets your piece of the pie than he is in growing the pie.
Ever since Barack Obama defended his tax plan to plumber Joe Wurzelbacher,
I think when you spread the wealth around, it's good for everybody. But listen,
and Joe the plumber's comeback,
that's a very socialist view.
McCain has been seeing red, accusing the Democratic nominee of pursuing socialist economic policies.
He said it himself. We need to spread the wealth around. Now, that's one of the tenets of socialism.
It's red meat that may be connecting with some red state voters.
Absolutely.
Florida Senator and McCain supporter Mel Martinez likened Obama's economic plan to that of Castro's Cuba.
Where I come from, where I was born, they tried that wealth redistribution business. It didn't work so good down there, let me tell you. We don't want it here in America. That's called socialism. That's called communism. That's not what Americanism is about.
It's a label Obama says won't stick.
lately he and Governor Palin have actually accused me of socialism. It's kind of hard to figure how Warren Buffett endorsed me, Colin Powell endorses me, and John McCain thinks I'm practicing socialism.
But political analyst Larry Sabato says there's just one big $700 billion problem for McCain.
The fly in the ointment for this socialism argument is the recent Wall Street bailout. That's the most egregious example of socialism probably in all of American history.
There is some substance in McCain's argument. McCain and his surrogates are warning voters that Obama's plan to raise taxes on the wealthiest Americans is just that, a plan. They say with a Democratic Congress, there would be no stopping Obama from raising taxes on everybody else.
This week, we are looking out for potential problems in key battleground states. It's a series called Count the Vote. And today, we turn to Michigan, where some Democrats say Republicans want to find voters already evicted from their homes and evict them from the ballot booth as well. Our Carol Costello is live in Washington with more. Carol, what is this all about?
Well, John, you know, the big fear is Republicans will use those foreclosure lists to prove registered voters are ineligible because their addresses don't match where they live now. Democrats call that unbelievably cruel.
53608 Christie Drive.
Lost your house to foreclosure? Democrats in Macomb County, Michigan say beware. Republicans, they say, want to make sure you lose your vote, too.
They've made that political calculation that by and large they don't want those people voting because they think they're going to vote for Barack Obama.
The hullabaloo started when reporter Eartha Jane Meltzer of the liberal Michigan Messenger website quoted Macomb County's Republican chair, James Carabelli. We will have a list of foreclosed homes and we'll make sure people aren't voting from those addresses. Democrats fear Republicans on Election Day will challenge voters whose addresses don't match where they live now, like people who've been kicked out of their homes due to foreclosure. How many could that be?
Each little dot.
Macomb County Clerk Carmela Saba, a Democrat, adds a dot for every home foreclosed in her county. There are 5,090 of them. One of those dots represents what happened to the Monacos. We caught up with them at what was their dream home.
I can't believe it's even happening.
Are you going to go to the polling station on
You bet. Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
It's like they're trying to kick you when you're down. It's not bad enough that you lose your home.
The Wards also lost their home to foreclosure after payments ballooned.
You're down, you're depressed about it, you go through a lot of lows, and then for somebody to come and challenge you when you're going to vote because you actually feel that you can make a difference, I just think that's wrong.
Michigan